Well, as I was questioning what to speak about or address, I came to a topic that was part of my discussions from a couple of weeks ago, which was whether anything at all mattered. Now, the preface and why I chose to pick this topic was because over the course of having discussions with two people who I think have very different personalities, one male, one female, they both made that comment in the middle of our discussions. Um, the female mentioned this, and my rebuff to her was, if nothing, if nothing matters, then why don't you, you know, end it all or proceed to it. It's kind of funny. The people saying it in both cases, I felt, were not of sound mind to say it when you consider what you know about them. So, for example, if you're a person who's lost their job, who, I don't know, got divorced, their house was foreclosed, and there seemed to be nothing good or of any decency going on in their life, I can see where they would make that conclusion. And in the case of these two, the male, was in his last year of college. He was very much into interacting with people, having these little various dialogues, and actually, to his credit, very well versed on the political climate of the current era, 50, 60, 70 years ago. Just a very smart person in his knowledge of things. So when he made that comment, and a short time after the woman made the comment, who also I felt was versed in terms and various other just they both seemed sophisticated to a large degree. It it behooved me because it clashes so excessively with my own view, and the thing about them was that we got along on just aligning in our political belief systems, that it felt as though I was in some kind of bizarro world, where I have these people who agree with me on so much stuff, but then on this major motivating factor of, hey, you're doing this because you get fulfillment from it. I go out and write some novel because I feel better to have tried and made the effort to put that out than to have thrown my hands up in the air and said, oh, this won't sell. And in the same vein, a person who goes to school and doesn't graduate, shouldn't feel as if they wasted their time taking classes, but should congratulate themselves for trying or making the effort. Um, but the female of this particular thing, I made some proposals to her about just various activities we could do later on in our interactions, and she would try and push away from them. So to have her say, and by the way, all of her times she would say she didn't want to do it, were accompanied by her giving some rationale about some other external factor. I told her, well, nothing matters, and why not do this thing with me? I mean, all these external factors don't matter according to your own ideology. At that point, she appeared to rescind her view. But to answer this question and not have this go on for another 50 minutes, um, I can see where those who are depressed or disillusioned or just feeling discontent with a very wide portion of things in their lives can conclude, this is all for naught. But what's always kept me going, even in having that viewpoint of, oh, I won't finish this won't do this won't happen because of this, it was always that I didn't know how long I was going to live. I didn't know if I was going to be around in 5 years. And, I never wanted to look back and, say that I foregoed even attempting something because I was so busy convincing myself it wouldn't work the way I wanted it to. I just threw my hands up and conceded the inability for what I was interested in to appear before me through my own effort. And ultimately, when you have a group of people that subscribe to that belief system, it permits this line of thinking that's not conducive to actually seeing any change. And it was sad because both of them would talk about their various critiques of modern society, the lack of education that they felt was being imparted in schools. And I thought to myself, well, you know, that sounds as if it's something worth living for to combat. And, that would make a difference in the lives of many people if this, educational system was reformed, which I would think would be worth living to see and actually would matter to their lives. But again, this goes back to just the, in my view, hypocrisy of those two making that claim. I can get where it could be made by certain kinds of people, but just not in their scenario. So their views conflicted with mine very heavily, and I just hope that I'm not able to see into whoever sees this, but in the viewpoint of the watcher, you're a person who, regardless of whatever goal you have, feels convinced to stay alive because there are various things you either want to see or do, or have some willingness to just stick around for. And, I have a set number of things that I have to at least make the attempt toward doing or getting done before I can just throw my hands up in the air and say it doesn't matter anymore. And those things are, going to take a while. So I'm not subscribing to their views anytime soon. Thank you.